valuation could be fluctuated.
I see.
Like one day it could be valued 10 ringgit, the next day it could become 0. So normally the bank will not accept the shares of a private company as collateral.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Conditions precedent. Yeah, we all know that it's quite common in the share sale and purchase of shares. But uh, what are the most common one that you normally would profit? The most common condition precedent
Okay.
terms.
Condition precedence is actually a set of terms that is required to be fulfilled. Normally it's by the vendor,
Okay.
but sometimes also is to be fulfilled by the purchaser. But
Okay.
let's focus on the vendor's perspective.
Hmm.
Like what we said just now, there are certain businesses that has certain
Licenses, yeah.
by the regulator that you cannot effect the share transfer or the change of director without the approval or notifications to the regulators. So to overcome all this, we actually after the signing of the SPA, the vendor would actually needs to write to the regulator to seek for the express approval in writing to allow the transfer to happen or the change of directors to happen. That's number one. Number two is, of course, relating to the operations of the company. For example, like what you said, one of the examples that you quoted just now, companies been served with YDR petitions. So as a smart purchaser, you might want them to resolve these issues to your satisfactory conditions before you want to take over the companies. So number three is probably all the corporate documents that required to be prepared by the vendors. For example, they have to prepare the board resolutions, shareholders resolutions, or maybe also they have to prepare the resignation letters of the directors. And these are some of the examples that can be put in as a conditions precedents.
So if the company is being, let's say, investigated by any authority like police, maybe MSCC, or they are currently having any issues from the tax department, the lembaga hasil, so would that be one of those tax constitution precedent that you also insert in this SPA? So
Yeah,
asking
yeah.
them to resolve the matter first.
Yes, definitely, definitely. We preferably the purchaser would want the vendors to resolve all the matters that arise before the takeover,
Oh, okay.
all the potential litigations or potential actions by the regulators. Normally, we will want them to resolve everything before we take over the company, preferably.
I see, I see. Meaning to say that let's say if there's any government agency investigating them, you would expect them to let the investigation get it done away with it first, only then continue with the deal.
Yes, yes. Then normally we will request them to provide us updates on the status of the investigations or the outcome of the investigations.
But knowing the fact that if government investigation that takes time, so does it mean that after you have signed the SPA, you will need, if you were to wait for those government agencies to complete the investigation, that would take maybe half a year or more than that.
Yeah, so now the parties will have to make a decisions. So if the condition precedent fulfillment period is not enough to complete or is not enough for the investigations to be completed, then parties may agree to an extensions to extend the condition fulfillment or precedent fulfillment period.
I see.
Otherwise, the purchaser can always walk away.
Mm, okay, okay. Understood. Understood. Uh, yeah, liabilities, but I think I've asked you, you just answered me then asking them to resolve the issue first, being that also a conditions precedent. Yeah. If condition precedents are unable to be fulfilled, normally what would be the recourse?
So the purchaser will have two choices.
Yeah.
Either they can walk away, terminate the
Okay.
deal,
Okay.
or they can waive the fulfillment of certain conditions precedent.
Okay.
So it's up to the purchasers to
Mm.
decide.
Yeah, I just want to get a picture of the flow, how the flow of this condition precedent. Say you have to complete all the conditions precedent, to enable the deal to go on.
Yep.
Deal to go on, does it mean that the shares transfer form can already be adjudicated and paid stamp duty and thereafter submitted to SSM?
Yeah.
You mean that?
That basically is the understandings. Yes.
I see.
Before the condition precedent is fulfilled,
Yeah,
you won't effect the share transfer.
I
You
see.
will not do that. So only when the purchaser is satisfied that all the condition precedents are fulfilled, then the SPA become unconditional. So once it's become unconditional, then we will proceed with the completion or closing.
Meaning to say that the purchaser lawyer would inform the company secretary to effect the transfer.
No. Probably that would be the scenario. Okay, so condition precedent is normally to be fulfilled by the vendors.
Correct.
Once it's done,
Yes.
then the share transfer will have been signed also. Before that will be signed.
Okay.
The CP or condition precedent is fulfilled, then parties will date the share transfer form, send it for adjudications
Okay.
with the LHDN, and then after that, once it's adjudicated, stamp duty paid, then it will be affected by the company secretaries at the SSM.
I see. So meaning to say that lawyers only deal in a part of the agreement part. So after the conditions presented are being fulfilled, what if after that will be done by the company secretary? Am I right to say that?
Not really, because when the condition precedents are fulfilled, the lawyers will still have to check and go through all those documents to evidence that the condition precedents are actually fulfilled.
I see.
So we
I
still have
see.
to check those documents provided by the vendors.
I see.
Once everything is okay, only then we will announce that okay, now the SPA has become unconditional. Then parties can proceed with the closing or effect the share
Oh,
transfer.
what's being meant by you is that there would be a party who actually need to verify and come up with a letter to say that whether all the conditions have been fulfilled or not. So that would be the purchaser solicitor's duty, right?
Yeah, normally the purchaser lawyers will actually check first and then confirm to the client, confirm to the purchaser that okay, now everything has been fulfilled based on the terms in SPA. Let's go for closing.
I see. Okay, then I'm clear about that. Okay, I think that completes our session for the conditions precedent. Yeah, so they'll come to the final part, which is I would ask Mr. Eric pertaining to the step-by-step, rough picture of step-by-step, how share purchase is being done normally. Yeah, Mr. Eric. Yeah, now we come to the final session of this how to buy shares of companies or say private company in Malaysia. So I just want to ask you, okay, just explain to us briefly. Briefly lah, what are the steps by step? Let's say I do know that you need to purchase, you need to have a letter offer first, negotiate the terms first, and then thereafter do the due diligence first. Thereafter you need to due diligence done, everything's alright, come into a SMP. SMP or purchase shares, there are condition precedents, conditions needed to be fulfilled. After fulfilled, then the purchaser solicitors would announce everything has been fulfilled and good to go. And then the shares transfer form are being dated and thereafter sent to SSM and of course adjudicated and paid stamp duty. So this is what my rough picture of I know. So do I miss anything? Anything else that you want to add?
Yeah, the payment part.
Oh, okay. Yeah. How is payment part? Yeah, I'm curious.
Okay, so once the conditions precedents are fulfilled,
Yeah.
then normally there will be a period for parties to prepare all the completion documents.
Okay.
Okay. So once all those completion documents are also been done,
Okay.
then of course the vendor would expect payments from the purchasers.
Okay.
So once the payment is made, then technically the companies has actually passed the ownerships to the purchaser.
Okay.
It's just that formally they still have to complete the registration process with the SSM.
Okay.
But I think beneficiaries is already belonging to the purchaser.
Okay.
Once the full payment made, the share transfer form signed and submitted to SSM for registration.
So just come back to the stakeholder part lah, who will be actually normally holding the balance purchase price of the agreement?
It depends. It depends on the arrangement of the parties.
Okay.
Some there will be no stakeholders. When
Oh.
the time comes, the purchaser will pay directly to the vendor's
I see.
account.
Without going through any intermediary.
Yes.
I
But
see.
sometimes, yes, they will prepay the amount to the lawyers. The lawyers will pay on behalf of the purchasers to the vendor's lawyer or to the vendors. But for share purchase agreement, most of the time is the purchaser will pay directly to the vendors
I see.
or the vendor's lawyers.
Can I actually, if I have to purchase a shares of company, can I actually take loans from bank
Maybe under your own personal loan?
or not using like pledging the shares to the bank? No such thing.
No, I don't think so. That's not common.
I see. I see. So I need to take the loan from the companies using my own personal name, get a sum of money and purchase
For
the shares.
your personal assets or company's assets,
I
you cannot
see.
use the shares that are going to be purchased as leverage.
I see. I
This is
see.
not happening for share purchase
It's
agreement.
not like we purchase properties in Malaysia,
Yeah,
then
you
we
can
can.
charge it easily.
Yeah.
The reason why is because the
Yeah.
shares, the valuation could be fluctuated.
I see.
Like one day it could be valued 10 ringgit, the next day it could become zero. So
Mm.
normally the bank will not accept the shares of a private company as collateral.
Listed company, they were different issue.
Yeah, listed company, of course, it's easier to get those arrangement.
I see. I see. Okay. Yeah. Just let's say if I were to purchase your shares, I also put in an agreement saying that okay, after I purchase the shares being transferred to me, I am the owner of the company, and the company owns your office unit as well, no? After everything is done, I paid my money, but the 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 previous owner refused to come out for properties. Have you ever faced such an issue?
Uh, you what you mean is that the company owns certain properties.
Yeah, the company actually owns let's say, own the building.
Okay.
And the previous owner is sitting having an office there. After everything is completed, money has been paid, but then that person, the previous owner, refused to move out.
Oh, that's not possible.
Not possible, right?
Because if the properties owned by the company is
Mm.
not vacated, we will not proceed to the completion.
I see.
That's not possible.
I see. So meaning to say that will also be one of your condition precedent as
Yeah,
well.
if the companies own certain assets or
Okay.
certain real properties
Yeah.
in their portfolio,
Yeah.
then of course we also want those assets to be vacated so that
I see.
there is no unwanted persons there after the takeover.
Meaning that is also one of the condition
That
precedent.
can become a CP.
I see. I see. So one thing I'm a bit curious, let's say if the company actually taking loans, loan from the banks, and then the director is a personal guarantee. So how do you deal with that?
Okay, so normally for loan agreements
Yeah.
taken by the company, there will be a change of control clause whereby you cannot simply just change the share ownership or the directors without the permission of the bank.
Sure. Yeah.
So that will comes under the condition precedence whereby if parties have signed the SPA,
Yeah.
the vendors will have the right to the bank to say that, okay, now we are in the midst of selling our shares of the
Yes.
company,
Yes.
and we notice that there is a personal guarantee by the existing directors.
Sure.
So could you please give us the approval so that this share transfer can be effected? So normally the bank will request for substitutes of directors.
Meaning to say that the purchasers company directors would have to be
Yeah, to substitute to become the one who provide personal guarantees to the companies
but they also
for the companies.
have to be subject to that. They are eligible to be the
Yes,
substitutes, right?
definitely the bank will do the due diligence,
Yeah.
KYCs on the incoming directors first before
I
they can give any approval for you to change the director or to effect the share transfer.
So that would be a bit messy, really, right?
Not really, not really. If the purchaser has good credibilities, I don't think the bank would reject the request from the vendors.
I see. Yeah. Okay. Meaning to say that the purchaser is. I will come back to the issue that the purchaser might be when purchaser company director might be wanting to purchase more properties, but and have a good track record. Having said that, if he or she has to be one of the substitute, meaning so that he is also being valued on his capability and also his income, right?
Definitely anyone who wants to give personal guarantees on behalf of the company would have to have good track records and would need to have a good credibilities with the banks.
I see. I see. So that's a different issue really. This comes to the personal finance capability or of
Yeah.
the purchasers company's characters.
Yeah. Yeah. But let's say if there's no personal guarantees given by the directors, I think we won't have to deal with all these issues.
I see. So that may be also a deal breaker, right?
Not really, not really. I think that can be overcome
Can be
easily.
overcome.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do that overcome? Then you need to look for Mr. Eric. How to deal with that? Okay. Where we come to yeah. Post completion actions, statutory register filings, bank mandate updates, director changes, all this being done by the company secretary, right?
Yes, normally it's done by the company secretary.
I see. So how long are all these things being settled in your knowledge?
How long?
Yeah, or do the post completion things?
I think it can be done very fast.
Oh, very fast.
As long as all the documents are in order. I don't think the secretary will need more than 2 weeks to complete everything. But say if there is a post-closing obligations imposed by the buyer on the seller, then that's another topic for the day. But typically, if there is no more post-closing obligations, then I think all this can be done within 2 to 3 weeks or even a month.
I see.
I think maximum is a month
I
because
see.
it's just administrative.
I
It
see.
shouldn't take more than a month to
I
complete
see.
everything.
I see. Yeah, and there are two more questions from me, Mr. Eric.
Yep.
If you could give 3 practical tips for anyone who would like to buy shares in a Malaysian private company, what tips would you give? The first question.
Yeah.
Second questions, at what stage that the buyer of the shares, at what stage that you will ask them or you will require them to consult a lawyer?
Okay. Answer for the first questions, I probably will have one practical tip.
Yeah.
It's better to engage a lawyer from the get-go to advise you on buying shares in the companies.
Okay.
Second question, at what point? Of course, as early as possible.
I see.
As early as possible.
Why?
Even before the finalizations of the offer letter, it's better to get your lawyers to go through first because you don't want to get caught by certain terms in the offer letter that may compromise your abilities to dictate the terms and conditions in the SSA later on. So it's better that you get the lawyers to review all the terms from the get-go, from the start itself until the end.
I see. Yeah, Mr. Eric, yeah, just want to ask if I were to buy shares from a company, would you ask me or would you require me to look for you who are experienced person who actually can advise me well?
Uh, I don't think I can answer these questions. I think we are not allowed to promote our services. I think the purchaser will need to do their own due diligence to find suitable lawyers to advise them on their respective transactions.
Sure, understood. Yeah, I think that wraps up our final session for the how to purchase shares in Malaysian company. Thank you everyone for watching.